Well, hey you guys, my name is Jessie Davis.
Hey, I'm Jon Davis.
And we are the lead pastors of One City Church, and this is Planted. Planted logo.
Well, hey, we're One City Church. We're a brand new church that launched in Denver, Colorado, November of 2020, right in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
And we want to tell you a little bit about our story.
Over the coming weeks, you're going to get to know the trials of planting a church. You're going to get to know the joys of planting a church. You're going to get to learn about our team, learn about building hunting, learn about all the stuff that we're experiencing right now. We're excited for you guys to be on the journey. But first, we wanted to tell you a bit about One City Church. My favorite thing about our church is the people. So one of the reasons John and I came from a mega church, one of the biggest churches in Colorado, and for us, we were really excited to be around people one-on-one, to know them, to know their stories, to go out for appetizers with them, to know what's happening with their dogs or with their kids or with their grandparents, or just know their life. And I think that they know our life too. And for me, that's been probably my favorite thing about planting One City Church over the last 9 months has been the people that we get to be around.
Yeah, and not to copy you, Jess, but like, I'm in the same way. I love our people. I love our team. We've spent probably a year and a half at this point spending time with our team, reaching out to people and saying, hey, we're doing this crazy thing, starting a new church. You in? And just walking life with them, being around them, seeing God do new things in their life and mature them in their relationships, grow them in their own leadership. It's just been a joy. It's been such a joy. And then new people who have come along through this journey. And watching them grow, getting to hear their story, be with them, and build together. So.
Yeah. When you walk into One City Church, probably what you're going to experience first and foremost is just a very authentic and warm environment. Everybody there is working towards a single goal. Everybody there, I think, is hungering for the type of community that One City was, and the timing of the community, right? Everything in Denver was shutting down the weekend that One City Church opened up. And for a lot of people, it was their shot at having community in the middle of a season that didn't have that. And so the very first thing, the vibe that you're going to feel, I think, when you walk in is just this authentic family.
Yeah, and I would say the vibe you feel, talking to a few volunteers, one of them specifically said, like, I just feel accepted here. It's easy to be around everybody, and I don't feel like I have to show up and perform or be something that maybe Christianity should be, or I'm supposed to act a certain way or be a certain way. I can navigate and walk through my own stuff in an environment that's like loving and caring. And it's been awesome to see that, and I would say that's something you're going to feel, and it's something people, I think, need right now.
Yeah. There were a myriad of things that God told John and I when we went to plant our church. So number one, he said that we'd care for the poor. Number two, that he said we'd care for the lost. And number three, he said we'd care for the next generation. And so when we planted One City Church, we actually launched out of a place called the Asterisk. It is an event center downtown in the middle of basically ground zero for the homeless community. Right across from us, we have Denver Rescue Mission. Right next door to us, we have St. Francis. And then all around us, we have people that are either homeless or transitioning out of homeless. This has been awesome, I think, for our team, because they've gotten to see and neighbor with people that are much different than them.
Yeah, and I know we've said a lot about our team, but they are incredible, and seeing how they have moved and navigated through all the ups and downs of launching this church. Originally, we thought we'd be on the south side of Denver. Now we're more on the north side of Denver. We thought we'd be in a neighborhood, but now we're like in the middle of the homeless population, and they've been flexible, and they've followed God's leading through this time. So like, we're just gonna brag on them as much as we can during this whole series. And then to that, our volunteers, people have stepped up, been willing to be like, hey, I can help set up. Hey, I can do cafe. Hey, I can I can do welcome. Hey, I can do kids. Hey, if you need a singer or just somebody on stage, like, I'll do whatever. This team, these people, our friends, are amazing. So,
yeah, it's been so cool. I think for Jon and I too, we feel called to, we said we feel called to the next generation of the church. And what's so interesting about right now, and most of you can attest to this, is that the American church is shifting. So a lot of things that we're having to navigate and figure out how to be good pastors in and how to lead into the future in is things like deconstructionism, things like the LGBTQ community, things like expository preaching, and the reliability of the Word of God, of the Bible, right? Like, these are all things that we are that is actually, it's hard, but it's also kind of a privilege to get to lead at such an important time, right? Like, it's such a privilege to get to lead right now. And so for us at One City, the way that we've been kind of navigating that is we've been very bold in preaching the gospel, but then we've also taken on like topical, issues as well. And I think that for a lot of people, it's been really, really awesome. We've gotten to see people get baptized this year. We've gotten to see people get saved this year. We've gotten to see some of the homeless community get saved. We've gotten to serve the homeless community. And more than that, I think one of the biggest things to come out of this has been just this rich family of believers on mission together. And it is rich and it is worthy of sacrifice. And so we are excited to show you guys more about our planted journey, and excited to share with you the ups, the downs, the tears, the joys, the jokes.
So follow along. We've got a lot to share, and we're excited. So
and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.